our longest trusted English newspaper since 1898. Now available digitally. Computer. Order the Manila Times Digital Edition. Subscribed. Get the Manila Times Digital Edition for less than 2 pesos and 50 centavos per day when you sign up for 1 year. The Manila Times, news source of choice, trusted since 1898.
Good day, here are the top stories of the Manila Times on Thursday, June 9, 2022. Drastic steps pushed against food energy crunch. There is an urgent need for the incoming administration of President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. to consider drastic measures that would ease the adverse effects of a looming food and energy crisis in the country, brought about by global environmental and health woes and the war in Ukraine. Albay 2nd District Representative Jose Maria Clementa Joey Salceda said that fighting inflation and keeping food affordable should be the immediate economic priorities of the incoming administration. Salceda said some of the proposed measures are enacting a package of anti-inflationary measures, such as anti-price gouging in the food and fuel sectors, price unbundling for fuel, some key tariff removals for imported farm inputs such as fertilizers and equipment, and boosting the production of domestic energy sources such as coal. Meanwhile, Energy Undersecretary Benito Ranque said one of the viable solutions, which should go hand in hand with other energy measures, is the use of modular nuclear reactors for deployment to island provinces suffering weeks of darkness and economic standstill in the aftermath of strong weather disturbances. Carlos Estrella joined Marcos' cabinet. President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. on Wednesday picked 2 more officials joining his cabinet, including retired University of the Philippines or UP Political Science Professor Clarita Carlos. Marcos met with Carlos along with former Abono Party List Representative Conrado Estrella III at his headquarters in Mandaluyong City, where the two accepted the offer to become new members of the cabinet under his incoming administration. Carlos was appointed a National Security Advisor or NSA, while Estrella was named Department of Agrarian Reform or DAR Secretary. Enhanced Philippine-China ties seen under BBM. President-elect Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. is expected to continue the Duterte administration's enhanced ties with the Chinese government, but with a twist. Professor Rene de Castro, a political analyst and a Strat-based ADR fellow, gave this observation when asked how he would foresee Philippine-China relations under the incoming Marcos government. He said Marcos will continue what his predecessor, President Rodrigo Duterte, has started in ramping up the Philippines' ties with China. De Castro, however, told the Manila Times that Marcos might pursue his foreign policy with China using a different approach that would not antagonize both Beijing and Washington. He believes that Marcos Jr. will not rely heavily on China's Belt and Road Initiative or BRI to jumpstart infrastructure projects nationwide. Marcos Jr. had mentioned that he will bring back the PPP or Public-Private Partnership with incoming Public Works Secretary Manuel Bonoan at the helm to boost his government's infrastructure program. Sara spent over 216 million pesos in vice presidential bid. Vice President-elect Sara Duterte Carpio spent a total of 216,190,935 pesos for her vice presidential campaign, according to our Statement of Contributions and Expenditures or SOCE submitted to the Commission on Elections or COMELEC Tuesday. Duterte Carpio, daughter of outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte, received a total of 216,190,935 pesos in contributions. Of this amount, 79,581,690 pesos came from in-kind contributions received from other sources, while 136,609,244 pesos was in-kind contributions from her political party. Based on the SOCE, she did not receive cash contributions either from other sources or her political party. Duterte Carpio, who ran under the Lakas CMD party, claimed no personal funds were used for the campaign. Connectivity on the Manila Times Forum. How the telecommunication industry will continue to play a vital role as the country adopts new realities and continues with the normal routines will be the focus at the Manila Times or TNT Online Business Forum at 10 a.m. today. Titled Connectivity or Resiliency for the Country's Productivity, the forum will have the Department of Information and Communications Technology or the ICT Undersecretary for Digital Philippines, Undersecretary Maria Victoria Castro, a National Telecommunications Deputy Commissioner Ella Blanca Lopez, Infinivan Chief Technology Officer Alberto Espedido, and Ella Blanca Lopez, Director of the Legal Department of the National Telecommunications Commission before being appointed as NTC Deputy Commissioner. The forum will be simultaneously live-streamed on the Manila Times Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Daily Motion account with TNT editor Defort Villaseran and Hungry Workhouse CEO and TNT business columnists Ray Lugtu as forum moderators. Topping business, Philippine debt spikes less concerning, according to PIDS. State think tank Philippine Institute for Development Studies, or PDS, said the country's most recent debt spike appears to be less concerning than previous debt episodes. PIDS Senior Research Fellow Margarita de Buque Gonzalez, in a briefing on Wednesday with the Department of Finance and the media, said her statement was based on the main findings of a report she co-authored with Charlotte Justine Diokno Sikat, John Paul Corpus, Robert Hector Palomar, Mark Gerald Ruiz, and Ramona Maria Miral, titled Fiscal Effects of the COVID-19 Pandemic, Assessing Public Debt Sustainability in the Philippines. The report noted that the immediate effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on fiscal performance was a collapse of revenues due to a shrinking economy, an inevitable widening of the fiscal deficit as the revenue drop coincided with increased spending, and eventually a sharp accumulation of public debt. In sports, Celtics are ready to get physical against Warriors. Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka has urged his team to fight fire with fire as they prepare for the physical challenge of the Golden State Warriors in Game 3 of the NBA Finals on Wednesday, Thursday in Manila. The Warriors outmuscled the Celtics in their series-leveling game to win on Sunday, Monday in Manila, with Golden State enforcer Draymond Green leading a superb defense performance that shut down Boston's scoring threat. Green was a thorn in the side of the Celtics lineup throughout the win, sparing both physically and verbally with Boston's players incessantly. Udoka says he has given his players no special instructions in how to deal with Green other than to be who they are. Woods will miss US Open next week. Tiger Woods announced on Tuesday, Wednesday in Manila that he will not play next week's US Open at Brookline to continue his recovery from severe leg injuries sustained in a car accident last year. The 15-time major champion withdrew from the PGA Championship last month after the third round. Woods, in a post on Twitter, said, however, that he was still planning to play in the British Open at St. Andrews, which starts on July 14. The 46-year-old made a surprise return at the Masters in April after needing surgery to repair his right leg following the car crash in February 2021. He made the cut at Augusta National at the PGA at Southern Hills, where he pulled out following the third worst major round of his career. In its editorial, The Times talks about why the Philippines cannot afford to reject RCEP. Read the full version in the opinion section of its print and digital editions, or listen to the voice of the Times. The featured columnists on the front page are Antonio Contreras, Yen Macabenta, and Danton Remoto. Contreras writes about when journalists behave like bloggers. Macabenta asks whether cabinet nominees can make public policy before they are confirmed, and Remoto on a teacher's tales. For more news and information, read the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and keep up with the Times. This is Christian Crow Maghanoy reporting.